Hi everybody, welcome to Rolling Through Life. My name is Wanda. Today what I'm going to do is share with you my favorite comfort meal. It's very easy, so let me go get the ingredients. Okay, let's get started with what we need for ingredients. First we need chicken. This expires today, so I had to open it and it still smells fine, so I'm going to get that cooked up before it goes bad. And then we need potatoes, as many as you want. I have 6 of them here because I'm making enough to last me 2 to 3 days. Okay, we need evaporated milk, margarine or butter. Need chicken gravy. Now the thing with this recipe, you could use any kind of meat you want, okay? Whatever your favorite meat is, go ahead and use it and get the gravy that complements it. And we need egg noodles. So the first thing we're going to do is to get our large pot, fill it up with water. Okay, so we have our water. Let me scoot you up here a little bit. Alright, so we have our large pot of water, and the first thing I do is just boil the chicken. It takes the longest to prep, so I want to get this started and on a boil. Yeah, it still smells good. Alright, so we'll throw this in. And I do leave the skin on for the moment because it does help with the taste of the water. Because what I'm going to do is when this is finished, I am going to take the water, add some bouillon cubes in it while the chicken's in the refrigerator cooling down. And then I have a base for chicken noodle soup, which I have a lot of chicken to boil tonight. So that, because I hate prep work. So I'm going to boil the chicken so that way I can freeze it. And half of my prep work done is for chicken noodle soup and for my chicken skilletini. So let's turn that on high. Okay, while we're waiting on the chicken to boil, what I'm going to do is start cutting up my potatoes to get them ready to boil, because all we're doing is making mashed potatoes. This is fairly simple to make. Honestly, I was deciding whether to go step by step on this, but you know, I'm thinking there might be some college kids out there or something that really doesn't know how to make, you know, start with basics, or maybe even little children that are interested in cooking. So we're going to go through the whole process. I don't know what you would call it. This is my favorite comfort meal during the winter. I do like soups during the winter, but this is my favorite, and it's like a one-plate dinner. Well, it's kind of a mixed together dinner. I got this idea from when I went to the Amish country and had lunch there with my mother. So while I'm peeling these, maybe you'd like a little bit more music instead of me chattering. all them cubed. So I gotta find a bowl. Okay. Put some water in the bowl. So there's a bowl of water. Oops, I forgot one potato. I'm going to do that real quick. There you go. Alright, we gotta wash the potatoes off. And dump them in the bowl, because we're gonna cook them in the same pot that the chicken's in after I drain off the water. So I will be back when the chicken is done, and then I'll put the potatoes, start getting them hot, and won't boil them until the chicken's about ready to come out of the freezer, which is only about 15-20 minutes because they're legs, so they don't take long to cool down. Okay, the chicken is done. So what I'm going to do is put them in little bowls so that way they get cold faster, because I am running out of time. So I don't remember how many's in here. It's 5 or 6. But also, it's easier for me to get these in the freezer in small bowls. So let me go throw these in the freezer. Now what I'm going to do, since I have to boil more chicken tomorrow, I'm just going to toss this water out and clean this pan so we can reuse it. So this pan's been washed. Not a very thorough wash, but washed enough. So I'm going to throw my potatoes in. Alright. And then add a little bit more salt. I always add salt when it's cooking because you don't need as much when you're cooking it. If you wait until the potatoes are finished, you're going to add about 3 times more of the salt to get the taste you want. So I always do it when I'm cooking, and put the lid on so it boils faster. Okay, while we're waiting on that, let's back you up a little bit. Whoops, there we go. Alright, I got the chicken gravy here, and all I'm going to do is nuke this. I am not going to open a special pan just for gravy. And yeah, if you're doing this, don't do what I do when it comes to opening jars. It's pretty dangerous. Here we go. So I'm just gonna put it in that bowl. Try to get out as much as I can. Alright. So I'm gonna put this in the microwave, and I'm not gonna heat it up yet. I'll heat it up at the last minute. But that's all I do. I just throw it in there. And now we gotta wait till the potatoes are done so we can mash them. So I'll be back after that's done. Okay, I think the potatoes should be done. Let's give them a check. Yes. So, I'm gonna get this small pot of water ready. Put some salt in it. And close this up so I can drain it. I love this pot because it's got a little sieve already in there, and I can pour it in the opposite way, and it drains it very well. Alright, so let's get this one on the heat. Alright, so now let's bring you down here a little bit. There we go. So I've got my canned evaporated milk, and all I'm going to do is take my can opener and just put 2 holes in it, opposite ends of each other. That way air can get in there and let it pour. So I'm going to pour some of this milk. I love this with evaporated milk. And that's not pouring very well. Okay, so here I'll take my knife and kind of get in that hole. Where is it? Oh, I'll use this one that I can see. So I'm just going to kind of open that up a little bit. See, I just opened. There we go. That's what I want. All right. Then my margarine. I like a lot of butter in my potatoes, so I know I hear some gas out there. Get my mixer. I love this mixer. This is the one my daughter got me for Christmas. It's right here. So, plug it in. Wrong cord. There we go. Tell you what, these apartments were not built handicap friendly for someone in a wheelchair. Alright. So this mixer always, there we go. I always make a mess when I do potatoes, and I gotta do a lot of cleaning. They aren't done. I'll be a son of a gun. It sure felt done. Hold on, let me get my knife. Well, they feel done, so what I want to do is just take my knife and cut them up a little bit more. For some reason they don't want to mash, but they're done. So I'm going to cut these up into smaller cubes as best as I can. I gotta stand for this process. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Come on. There we go. Oh, I keep see there's a button right here, the on off button. This is the pause button. I keep hitting that one. Oh man. Yep, you're gonna see mistakes and all. They need a little bit more milk. Alright, eject them into water. My hand is not working. There we go. Put some water in there. Okay, now we got boiling water. Oops. Alright, so I only make as many noodles as I need for that particular meal, because if I make too much and put them in the refrigerator drained, they get hard. If you keep them in water, it sucks up all the water and they become mushy. So I just make what I need for that particular meal. So that should do it. You don't need a whole lot. Here's the chicken. Need to take the skin off. Hold on a minute. Okay. So, paper towel right here, so I have somewhere to lay the bones into. Okay. So I just tear it apart. It is done. It looks a little red, but it is done. So, all I'm doing is tearing it off the bones. Because you don't have to have real little pieces. Alright. Alright. So we got the gravy is done. It doesn't take much to warm that up. Yeah. 3 chicken legs is good. I thought it would be too much, but I think it's gonna be okay. taste it. It's done. Alright. Alright. Got the chicken skinned. I'm going to go throw this away. While this is finishing up, I believe it's still, yeah, they need a couple more minutes. So what I'm going to do is start putting it together. So I put potatoes on the bottom. Love mashed potatoes. Alright. And then throw some gravy on that. And then some chicken. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Did have a little extra, so that's okay. And then a little more gravy over the chicken. I need to taste the mashed potatoes. Okay, they got enough salt. So, alright, noodles are done. So I'm going to drain these real quick. Okay. And throw my noodles on top. And of course, another layer of gravy. Oh my gosh, it's so good. The more gravy, the better. Alright. So that is my comfort meal. I mean, it tastes delicious, so let's give it a taste today. Alright, get a piece of meat in there. Can't see, there we go. Got a noodle. Come on. Ah, just having all kinds of problems. Alright, let's give this a taste test. Perfect. Noodles came out really perfect. So, if you just want to have like a one bowl meal, this is awesome. After Thanksgiving, the only thing it looks like you may have to cook is probably the noodles, because I'm sure everybody's got a little bit of something left over the next day. Use turkey, use pork, use pork roast. I mean, you can use any kind of meal with this, or meat. So that is the meal I love for wintertime. So yeah, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and make sure you ring that notification bell. I let you know every time I upload a video. Thank you all for joining me today. And I try to do cooking videos once in a while, but I gotta be really in the mood to do it because I eat out a lot and I eat a lot of freezer food. But this is my best home cooked meal. I love this meal. So, you guys have a great night. Bye.